Title: A Second Chance, Rediscovering Health After Loss. Daniel had always been the picture of health. In his younger years, he ran marathons, lifted weights at the gym, and made sure his meals were balanced. He had always felt invincible until life changed dramatically. At 58, Daniel found himself facing the loss of his wife, Martha, after a long battle with cancer. Grief took over his life. The days felt endless, and the pain seemed to permeate every corner of his existence. He stopped going to the gym, lost his appetite, and struggled to even get out of bed in the morning. The first few months after Martha's passing were the hardest. Daniel could barely get through a single day. His life had revolved around caring for Martha during her illness, and now that she was gone, he felt like he had nothing left to give. The routines they had shared, the morning walks, the quiet dinners, were now empty, and so was he. One day, as he was cleaning out some of her things, Daniel found a journal Martha had kept during her cancer treatments. Flipping through the pages, he found a note she had written: "If something were to happen to me, promise me you'll take care of yourself. Your health is the most important gift you can give yourself and the people who love you." The words struck him deeply. Martha had always been the one to remind him of the importance of health, but he had taken it for granted. He had neglected his own well-being when life became difficult. Maybe it was time to start taking care of himself again. The first step wasn't about joining a gym or signing up for a strict diet plan. For Daniel, it was about taking the smallest steps just to get moving again. He decided to start by walking around the block every morning. The first day, he could barely walk a quarter of the way without feeling winded. But that was okay. He didn't need to be perfect. He realized that health wasn't a race, it was a journey. As the days passed, he added a little more distance. The morning air felt refreshing, and with each step, he began to clear his mind. It was a moment of peace amidst the chaos of his thoughts. As Daniel's walks became a part of his daily routine, he realized he couldn't ignore his diet any longer. After years of eating whatever was quick and convenient, he needed to make better food choices. He remembered how Martha used to prepare whole foods, fresh vegetables, and lean meats for their meals. It was time to return to that way of eating. Daniel didn't rush into drastic changes. He started by cutting back on processed foods and eating more vegetables, fruits, and whole grains. He began cooking again, experimenting with simple recipes that didn't overwhelm him. Cooking became a form of self-care, a way to honor his body and take the time to nourish it. Physical health wasn't the only aspect Daniel needed to address. Grief had taken a toll on his mind as well, and he realized that healing his mental state was just as important. He decided to take up journaling, something Martha had always encouraged him to do. Every evening, he wrote down his thoughts, his feelings of loss, and the small victories of the day. He also started meditation, just 5 minutes of quiet time each morning to focus on his breath and still his mind. Slowly, his thoughts began to quiet, and his heart felt a little less heavy. In the past, Daniel had been a loner, content with his own company. But as the months passed, he realized that isolation wasn't helping him. He started reaching out to friends and family. He reconnected with his old running group and began attending their weekly meetups. He wasn't ready to run marathons again, but the camaraderie of the group reminded him that he wasn't alone in his journey. At the suggestion of a close friend, Daniel also joined a grief support group, where he met people who were also navigating loss. Sharing stories with others who understood his pain helped him process his emotions and regain a sense of community. As the months turned into a year, Daniel's routine became more ingrained in his life. His body was stronger, his mind clearer, and his heart more at peace. He had rediscovered what Martha had always told him. Health is not just about the body, but the mind and spirit as well. He started hiking on weekends, taking longer walks in nature. He even returned to the gym, slowly rebuilding his strength. His weight was healthier, his blood pressure had normalized, and he had more energy than he had in years. But beyond the physical improvements, he felt more connected to himself. He also made sure to honor Martha's memory by living the life they had dreamed of together, one that was full of vitality, health, and joy. He knew she would be proud of the progress he had made. As Daniel sat on the porch one evening, looking at the stars, he realized that his journey to health wasn't just about getting back in shape. It was about honoring his own life and the memory of someone he loved. Health was not just about avoiding sickness, it was about creating a life that was full of meaning, purpose, and well-being. Daniel smiled to himself. He had come a long way. He still missed Martha, but he now knew that taking care of himself wasn't just for him, it was a way of carrying forward the love and lessons she had given him. For more inspiring stories and practical tips on living a healthy, fulfilling life, be sure to subscribe and follow for more videos.